Hey everybody, it's week 7, which is absolutely crazy to me that it's going by this quick. Um, but these are the questions. The first question is, what can you tell about the quality of the Shin et al. Article by the first page? And as other people have stated, it seems to be very diverse in the people that have written it. And it looked like everybody but one was a PhD. Of course, it's published. Uh, and it seemed like it covered a widespread example of certain uh, correlations and causations of what could be going on with the homeless population. So it seemed thorough, and it was done by people that were credentialed. Not always does that mean that it's quality work, but there seemed to be some indicators that it was. Group 3 was to answer, according to the video lecture, how does the application of the ecological circles help us to do better research, and how would it apply to us and our own interests? I think it's very important to look at all the different circles, the individual as itself, and the inner workings with the family and work and different social networks, and then even outside of that to places that these people's lives touch, and everything that's going on within this person's life dictates many times how the person not only acts but reacts in certain situations, and oftentimes it can almost predict in certain situations how things are going to turn out with people's personalities. With me, I work with drug addicts every day and people that struggle with substances. And this is highly important. Not only is it a psychological and individual problem that stems from an illness of the brain and rewiring, I guess, if you will, of different neural pathways and different neurotransmitters, um, and affects that person in the form of being locked up and being dependent on a substance and the withdrawals that they go through and the immediate consequences. But it also deeply affects the families, and I know for a fact people that will hear this lecture in this class have been affected, if not personally on an individual basis, they've been affected by somebody close to them. You rarely meet someone that hasn't been affected by drugs in some capacity, and it breaks down the family unit. It causes discourse. Um, Parents have went bankrupt trying to send their children to treatment. People have been robbed. Um, there's so many and sundry different ways that this affects people close to them. Then you have people like me that are kind of on the outside circle working with these addicts with social services or the jails, the court systems, um, counselors, police officers. There's so many different um, systems and different companies, different organizations, different things that are involved in this. You have school systems that are involved with this, school counselors that are involved with this. Um, and unless we as researchers take that into account on every different level, we're not going to have a clear picture of what not only this problem looks like, but where the problem comes from, the different correlations, what's causing these issues. And what I think is more important is to be able to draw a conclusion off that research and find something that will help to um, rid our communities of this, or at least quell the symptoms of it, to help these people who are affected from these problems heal on every one of these levels, the individual, the meso, and the exo. And it's very important in every different issue, even homelessness. I know Kristen said something about domestic violence, and all those issues need to be looked at on a holistic view. And I think that's a lot of what the Shin article was about, and um, seems to be a lot of what this whole class is about. Taking a look at the big picture. But everybody, thanks for listening. And see you next time.